Hey there. So here we are in 2020, a new decade, new year. What are you noticing between the difference between 19 and 20? This is Jeannie Blaha with Take Walk Their Angels and JoyFlames.com to coming with some messages from the quantum. And I'm sure you already feeling quite a difference between the 2 years. And maybe some of it's feeling a little too similar as well. But what I'm hearing from the quantum is basically 19 was about getting rid of all the illusion, facing it, looking at it, walking through it, dropping it off, dumping off any areas. Of course, this is if you wanted to do this. Nobody had to do this. We didn't should ourselves through it. It was because we really desired to get out of those arenas of illusion and deception and denial. Lots of denial came out for people in 19, huh? So don't be surprised if you had to leave different vibrations for other frequency states because you decided that it was enough. Enough was enough with the deception or the illusion or denial, or even others where they were participating or contributing from that space with you. And you said, you know what, I can't really add to that. In this world, I have to work from more of a clear vision state. So 2020 is rolling in here with exactly that. Clarity, vision. Something I'm hearing from the quantum that makes me laugh every time I hear it is that you just don't have time for fakery. Fakery, it's a good word. So if you are in those places where you're giving yourself little permissions to get out from underneath some of that illusion stuff, some of that deception stuff, where you are being questioned even for when you bring clarity to things, and you'll hear little messages from others regarding things like, well, that was a long time ago, memories can change. When you're trying to really face things and look at things for what they are, what you're going to notice is that the people that are seeking the clarity, that really want to stand in their truth, are going to do it with you, with themselves, with whoever they're working with. It can just shake up a whole bunch of things. And this is arenas of personal and professional. This is not just at your home with just family, just community or friends. This is everywhere. So we are in this year of 2020, and they keep talking about this. Like, yes, it will become unbearable on purpose, because the more all of us jump on our purpose and say we are not going to accept that kind of living anymore, it's so small, it's so limited, it keeps everyone back, it holds everybody back. The collective gets penalized by any of us standing in illusion, denial, self-deception, denying other people their truth. Even that can lead to that smallness and just a very microscopic view of the possibilities of things. So whenever anybody tells you, you know what, that was a long time ago, memories can be falsified, or, maybe you changed it in your mind or whatever, they're really saying, you know what, if I feel like abusing you more, I can, because you're not going to remember it anyway. At least I don't have to remember it, because that's what I do with it, is I just change it into something else. So yes, this is going to be something about fleshing a lot of this out, and you're going to see it in your communities, wherever you are. You'll see it in your business profession. You're going to see places where there's no more validating of abusive kinds of behavior, of condemning behavior, of degradation. And I'm talking amongst humanity, people, not necessarily anything to do with genders or wherever we have our ID based. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's soul to soul here. It's time to get on with it. And that has to do with no longer accepting and denying, especially ourselves, of our truth. And so if you're running into that still a little bit here and there, where people are trying to falsify information towards you, they think they're still getting away with something. Here's the funny thing about that. The quantum brings this up on a regular basis, and they say, you know what? People can get away all day long with things, but they never get away from themselves. There's just no such thing. So if you're running into some things in January where you're going, oh, wait a minute, this person or that person or this business professional or that business where I had been doing business, or the people in the community or whatever, they just point blank lied to me and tried to make up a story about something in denial of what is actually happening. Yeah, you might still be bumping into it. Here's the deal. In order for us to continue in our truth, to really keep going with it, to be in a vibe or a frequency state with others who are also pursuing this and saying, you know what, the only thing we're going to get really empowered and really be constructive in our lives and be able to serve in the huge ways that every single person and soul is we have to start dumping off those that want to stay in that illusion. They want to stay in that denial. There's a part of them that's kicking and screaming. They get to. They get to hang on to all that. As maybe they're going to leave this form hanging on to it. That's okay. But the secret or the ticket or the key coming in from the quantum is not to allow yourself to hang on to it with them. Because then you're cheating yourself while allowing them to be cheating on themselves. So did you just hear that? I know it comes in really strongly lately, and January's been just rife with this, of making sure you're being really staunch in your own vision of yourself, your clarity on yourself, your vision. Keep your 2020 eye on yourself, watching. How are you responding to things? How are you going to accept things? Are you contributing to more illusion? Are you being an access point for more deception, for more self-denial by somebody? It gets a little more tough when you're really close to people, because then you start thinking, wait a minute here, I don't really want to lose the person. However, if they are as a soul choosing to stand in that deception, then guess what? All we provide, if we're going up against it, is more resistance on the planet. And that's on them. I mean, each person has to decide when they're ready to dump off their illusion, dump off the deception, the lies, the things they're telling themselves to maintain the lives that they want to maintain, or saying they want to maintain. They don't want to get rid of the life that they're in because there's some sort of pleasure principle still in there. I know it sounds whack when you're going, how can you be happy being sick, or how can you be happy not having your energy, or rescuing all the time and not being a part of a bigger picture where people are reaching out to you for help with empowering situations, and you're not available because you're rescuing the people that are wanting to remain victims. Doesn't it get touchy and go-y? Yeah, it does. And you'll hear from the people that are in the states that they're choosing of the most victim, as sometimes they have the most robust resistance ever, and they're going to get mad at you in the quantum, through their quantum, through their, not through their essential self, but through their personality self, where they're going to think that you think you're better than they are, you're superior to them, that you think you're perfect. All that stuff is a bunch of hog manure. It has nothing to do with it. It's simply that you are not going to be contributing this January or from now on to anyone's self-deception. All the stuff where they're degrading themselves or putting themselves in positions where all they do is run around and rescue people that, guess what? They're happy being rescued and disempowered and being victims of things and not wanting anything different. So all of their time and energy is consumed by rescuing the victims around them. Meanwhile, all they're really doing is enabling the victims, including themselves, because according to those in the quantum, there is no such thing as being a victim and not a perpetrator. Now, this could catch you and you'll be like, what? Yes, if we are allowing ourselves to stay in a state of victimhood knowingly, like we already have the awareness, we're already awakened to it, and we still choose to remain a victim, then we are also awakened to the fact that we are perpetrating that on other people. We are then being guides towards children that way. We are representing a victim that's just a natural, normal state to animals around us, to the kids that you see when you go do your errands. Then they start to believe, wait, I guess that's how it is. I guess that's how it is. And you know what? It's on us to change that, for children to understand that there's a different world, there's a different reality available to them that does not have to be all-consuming with victim. So 2020 is definitely going to be about getting on your eyes of 2020 with yourself, getting really clear, being in that state of relief of being out of the 2019, even reaching back into 17 to 19. Just a lot of ambiguity and confusion and fog and murkiness, where you probably were questioning yourself and saying, wait a minute, how does it seem like everything is just not clear? Maybe even down to things you were questioning your life and going, I don't even know if I belong here because nothing seems clear. I'm super confused about if I'm making this kind of an impact. Am I supposed to still be here? Guess what? You are. You are. Now it's about allowing yourself to be in that state of clarity. And then from that place, all throughout the year, notice how you are magnetizing differently. You have different people coming in your way. You have people that are asking you for ways to be empowered. They are on it. Everything that you are providing or suggesting back to yourself even, you're acting upon. You're not standing back there and going, well, that sounds great. However, I got this going on and I can't really get that in my schedule and I don't have time for that. And all of a sudden you're going, wait a minute, I'm making time. I'm making time to be really taking care of me so I can take care of more that want that. They want to be on top of their lives. They want to live in a vibrant, vital way. They are no longer okay with running off to doctors all the time and being in this state of numbness, numbing themselves out, being checked out, down to the grain of it, which is, are we willing to really look at ourselves and walk through things? We don't get through and heal things without walking through them. It just isn't going to be. And it doesn't have to be scary. It's actually, for most people, once they start to walk on through things, they go, wow, I had so much fear wrapped around this that I didn't even feel my courage. I didn't even feel my strength. I didn't feel my power anywhere around it. And then once I started taking those strides, I know I can get through this. I know it. If you need some personalized assistance with this, reach out. I'm available, as you know, from takeawalkwithyourangels.com. There I have different options available, as well as if you love deals, I love deals. I have a 50% deal that runs. So check out the Wings Up Club for that. Otherwise, if you need just a little bit of assistance and you're looking for some how-tos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's plenty of information available on how to get on through it, right? And not only that, but get through with joy. How about that? Take a walk with angels and joyflames.com. Thank you so much for watching.